So some of these migrants has been here and their generational families for 100 years as undocumented workers. Their great great grandchildren were born here. Their immediate families were born here in North America, and they've been working as exploited serfdoms underneath the table for for the plantation owners, if you will, of American farmlands, or the slave pusher in construction companies. Exploited for close to 100 years, these migrants been undocumented in this country. And now you got a fascist, alt-right, white bigot, apartheidist movement of Trump making America white again to gentrify it in order for the Republicans to win election votes, because they want to force out as many Latinos out this country that are registered Democrats. So they want to redline districts. They want to relinquish the populations of Latin Americans because they believe we overpopulate this country. And they're afraid of losing commanding heights of this country. So this is just a white fascist apartheid movement of Trump trying to deport 21 million migrants that have been here for almost 100 years with their kids, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren, and their parents worked as serfdoms in this country, exploited by the plantation owners of the farmlands of America as serfdoms, indentured servants, exploited without no shred of compensation to be considered Americans. The same for the slave pushers within the construction fields, using these migrants as exploited laborers. So now white supremacy has run amok in this country. These ungrateful North Americans, they don't appreciate what these migrants did for this country. These migrants build your suburban houses. They kept your lawns mowed. They cooked your foods. They kept your house clean. They put food on the table. While y'all became complacent, over-beast, white picket fence suburban Americans that register yourselves as Republicans. While y'all lived a good life, these serfdoms have made your life possible. But y'all ungrateful white supremacists and the love for the alt-rights make you feel like you can shit on their integrities as human beings and denigrate them as they're animals, rapists, lowlives, varmints, infesting the blood of this nation. How dare y'all white suburbians use that type of language when these people prop y'all up in the middle class? For y'all can live the good life with high-paying career jobs as white-collar workers, with privileged tax breaks by y'all conservatives, for y'all can keep on avoiding y'all taxation while these slaves are indentured to y'all. And now with white racism and bigotry, y'all want to denigrate them when they made y'all have the blessings that y'all take for granted as middle-class American white families under this mega hat of racism and bigotry. So for that reason, the governors of these sanctuary states have the right to protect their populations as governors within the union. And they have the right to deploy the defense forces of reserve armies within their states to prevent Trump from mass deportation. Even though the reserve army federally is commanded by Trump, but the governors have an authority under the Constitution to use the emergency defense reserve armies that represent their states. The states have the right to defend themselves within the union. If a tyrant leader is running amok on the member states of the United States Union, then the governors have the right to their reserves, defense forces that represents their states, against an unconstitutional tyrant that treads on the rights and the constitution of the individual states within our union.